This is the video game review of Fist of Awesome. It's not really that awesome, but if you ever wanted to punch a bear in the face, then this game is awesome. I play with a controller, so here's the controller scheme. It's really boring, the control. I mean, there's really just punch, kick, jump. Stomping is just when they're on the ground, you can step on their face. I'll show you. The game is really fun to begin with. I beat the game my first playthrough, and I guess that's saying something. I wasn't really hoping to do that. I was hoping the game would be a little longer, or at least more challenging. The game gets a little boring because the combat is just very, very dry. You keep doing the same thing over and over. But what gets me going in the game is the writing. The writing is really good. It's a funny game. Some of the things you'll see in the background or some of the stages are hilarious. They're really written for like the internet. I guess like an easy way to say is they're written for people of the internet. There's a lot of puns and things that go on in the game that if you go on the internet, 4chan, Imgur, you are going to like it. You're gonna get it. It's a very bear-centric game. A lot of the jokes do take place with bears involved or parts of bears, like their paws. It's a little... You fight in the jungle, not the jungle, the freaking forest, and you fight animals in the forest. You really only fight like deer and bears. This is a deer I'm fighting here. Some of the combat's kind of fun, like you'll see the deer will run at you and makes like a crazy noise when it runs at you. The bears are just bears. They want this game to... They market the game to be like a beat 'em up, like Double Dragon or Streets of Rage. However, the game can't compete with those, and those games are 20 years old. There's just not enough moves. The combat in this game feels really stale. The enemies you fight are really repetitive. You can guess what they do. There are like 2 enemies in the game that really give you trouble because you don't know what they're going to do, and then once you see it, you understand it. There's bosses at the end of every level. It's just like it's a big bear, and they're pretty much very similar. Just don't like knock them down and get away. Don't stand next to them while they're down. It probably just ruined the game for you, telling you that one simple thing that you probably already knew from playing games 20 years ago. Being that there are a few like you can kick behind you, or you can do like a kind of like a grand tapa, like an uppercut, but it's not really satisfying. Like stepping on his gonads here is fun, but to do that for like an hour and a half straight, it's boring as all hell. Your first impressions are really cool. It's a fun game. The writing's great. About 30 minutes into it, you realize just how repetitive this game is. The writing keeps you going, and that's why I was really looking forward to finishing the game, is because of the writing, to see just what else they've written and what is coming up. But man, it's so repetitive. See, there's like the Grand Tapa, and you get like a big fist that you can shoot forward. That's it, man. I hope you're not expecting much out of this game, because you're not going to get it. The graphics are kind of cool, it's like this, it looks cool, whatever, it's not like the greatest thing, but I understand what they're going with it, and I can enjoy it. It's just, I wish there was a lot more to it. They say in the review on Steam that they wanted to be like, if you're like Streets of Rage, but this game's like it, but with more bears. Well, have more moves. Like Streets of Rage had a lot more moves in it that you could do. This game, you can't really do anything. I mean, you punch and kick and do an uppercut. Yeah. Allow me to jump around, or allow me to upgrade and get different skills or something to do. That's my main problem with the game. There just isn't enough to do in it. And you just fight constant waves of like bears. Like the game is you're traveling through time, so you fight cave bears and modern age bears and all this other stuff, and it just isn't cool. I mean, one thing that's cool is at the end you can pick a trait to level up, okay? So now I got a skill point. Of course I want to do power, because who doesn't do power? You're ridiculous if you don't do power. Just if you kill things faster, they can't hurt you. Anyway, you look in the background. This is like the Bear Grill, like the soup of the day is tears of our enemies. Like, that's pretty cool. There's flame grilled human flesh. That's the special of the day. They're closed down though, because they must not have done really well. So what the hell? The game is just too repetitive. I pick the game up for like a couple cents. You know, if you see it in the Humble Bundle, I would definitely check it out because it's kind of funny. The writing's good, but don't look for anything that's really worthwhile to playing. If you've played Double Dragon, you've played this game before. You know what? You've probably played a better game of this before if you played Double Dragon. If you know what, here's a better deal. You want to play this game? Go play Double Dragon. Or you know what? You want to play a better game? Go play Streets of Rage. I commend people for trying to make games cool and different. That's awesome. I can't do it. That's why I play them. But I just feel like they've lacked so much here. Again, this is the video game review of Fist of Awesome. Such a letdown. With a title like that, I really want it to be awesome. And it just lets me down.
Wherefore